SummerSlam this year is a 2-night show. The first time that WWE is going to be trying this. This has been announced a couple of years ago, and frankly, I'm anticipating that if this goes well for them, they will probably do this with more of their big PLEs. But today, what I want to talk about are the potential main event matches we could get for SummerSlam's Night 1 and Night 2. Because I think it's a domino effect right now, because there's a lot of moving parts and pieces, people that are involved in a lot of big storylines, people that could be appearing, Money in the Bank is involved. But let's look at Night 1. I have a couple of options here that I've written down for Night 1 main event. One of them, now hear me out here, is going to be CM Punk and Roman Reigns teaming up to go against Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker with Bronson Reed in his corner. The two of them teaming up dates back to post WrestleMania Raw, where they were in the ring. Seth Rollins came out, Braun Breaker revealed himself, not in a dirty way, as Seth's partner, and they took out Roman and they took out Punk. We haven't had the payoff for this yet. And once we get past Night of Champions, and I'm recording this before that show, I got to assume that John Cena is retaining against CM Punk, so it kind of leaves you wondering what are you going to do next with CM Punk. Roman Reigns, last year, he made the return at SummerSlam from his time off after WrestleMania. He gave the big Superman punch to Solo, and it was a big triumphant return. And that set off the next chapter of that Bloodline story arc. It's also not new for Roman Reigns to team up with somebody at a big PLE. We know we get Roman Reigns for a limited number of dates throughout the year, but at Bad Blood last year, we got Roman and Cody teaming up. Remember? That's where we got Final Boss coming in. He did the throat thing and he counted. It looked like he did the John Cena thing, and then it just nothing really amounted to anything. I didn't think I would have to confess to this, but I'm getting older. And with that comes in all of just the darkness, the bitterness in your face, and it's ragged and wrinkled, and all the the world is just destroying you day by day. That's a little dark, but I am here to talk about something that could save the day, which is going to be Geology. Geology is a 41-time award-winning skin, hair, and body care company recognized in Men's Health, Hypebeast, Birdie, Esquire, Ask Men, and Oprah Daily Grooming Awards. There's night creams, there's day creams, there's eyeliner stuff, the cream to the facials and all that, there's deodorants, there's all kinds of good stuff that I have been trying out that I really do enjoy, and it works very well. It keeps the skin a little bit smooth, as rough as things are. But Geology creates simple and effective skincare and hair care routines customized just for you, with ingredients that are proven to work. Their products are built around just a handful of powerful, proven ingredients that have been trusted by dermatologists for decades. Most guys or people know the importance of skincare routine, but don't know where to start. Everyone has unique needs when it comes to skincare. Acne, dark under eyes like this guy right here, anti-aging, I don't know anything about that myself, just general clear skin and skin health. Geology offers personalized routines designed for you to get you the results you want to see. It starts with a 60-second quiz. You tell them about your skin goals, they will develop a derm-grade personalized routine and deliver it to your door. 10,000 plus 5-star reviews. People love the product. You will be surprised on how better your skin will be. Like, I've tried the Dark Circle cream, and I did just try to get rid of what is happening over here, and I gotta say, my wife approves. Geology's success is evident in its transformation from skeptics into loyalists. Trust is built on results. With 41 prestigious awards, including nods from Men's Health and Oprah Grooming Awards, it's clear that Geology is changing the game and changing minds. Easy to stick to routines and products. It's not complicated. Geology's skincare routines are tailored for each individual, ensuring that commitment feels natural and easy. Let's not beat around the bush here. Geology is the best in skincare, hair, and body care. Award-winning products that cover all of your needs, from their affordable skin revitalizing vitamin C plus E plus ferulic acid serum to their 2-time award-winning co-wash and hair care products, to their amazing smelling body care line of body wash and their deodorants, which honestly, a lot of it smells really good. They take care of all of your bathroom needs. So what are you waiting for? Use my code and grab 70% off your personalized skincare trial set. That's a full month trial for only $12. Plus, you get a free gift plus up to 50% off add-ons. Trust me, your skin will thank you. Thank you to Geology for supporting the channel. Now back to the video. Is that a SummerSlam Night 1 worthy main event? I think it kinda. It puts Braun Breaker in a heck of a spot. You have the numbers game with Paul Heyman, Bronson Reed maybe being on the outside. Punk and Roman, their story building for 6 weeks could be, can they coexist? Now, how do you bring Roman Reigns back? I think you could do it at Night of Champions. You could have Seth attempt to cash in at Night of Champions, and Roman comes out to maybe even the odds. Cena hits Punk with the title belt, however they're gonna finish that match. But then you could try to spin off so that you have Roman and Punk with their unfinished business, and they refocus on Seth Rollins. This isn't my favorite of the scenarios, by the way, because I think you come out of it and you go, okay, so Roman and Punk win? and they beat Seth. Like, you're trying to build Seth up, especially if he's still holding Money in the Bank at SummerSlam. Their whole mission right now is their A story, aside from Cena, is Seth and his group. Okay, another option, another match for night 1 main event. You could do CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. They had the triple threat at WrestleMania. They had the Raw after Mania, where they're in the ring together trying to fight Seth Rollins, the common enemy here. But the Punk-Roman one-on-one match is something that we have not had just yet. We are waiting for that. We didn't get that at WrestleMania, and I think that could have been a night 1 main event. SummerSlam could work really well for the two of them to go at it finally. Now, how do you get there? I think one of the potential ways is Night of Champions. Something of significance and consequence to me has to come out of that Cena Punk match. It can't just be Cena hits Punk with the title belt, you know, a referee gets a ref bump, and a low blow to CM Punk, John Cena retains, and that's it. So then what? Punk is just tail between his legs and walks off and doesn't challenge Cena anymore. He's done with him and he has basically no story. Also, it'd be kind of clunky to have Punk just turn around on Raw the next week and talk about how he wants to fight Seth Rollins, let's say. Or just saying, I don't have an opponent for SummerSlam, what do I do? So I think if you had Night of Champions, you have Roman show up, one way to make it work in my head, I think you could have Seth attempt the cash in on the Cena Punk match. He starts getting into the ring. This is where Triple H's overbooking always comes into play, like we've seen on multiple Raws. You then have Seth's guys out there. Roman's music hits. Giant pop for Mr. Roman Reigns. Roman evens the odds and blocks Seth from doing the cash in. Now, through all of those shenanigans, I think you could have it where Roman accidentally, inadvertently spears CM Punk or hits him with a Superman punch. He's going for Cena or he's going for Seth. Seth can move out of the way. Punk eats a spear. Cena then just capitalizes. It's an AA. And Cena then retains, moves on to his next program, and Punk can immediately turn around and focus on Roman Reigns. Punk versus Roman to me is a big SummerSlam match. That could be a night 2 main event if there was a title belt involved. But because there would be no belt involved for Punk, I think this is kind of a good consolation. It also keeps multiple stories moving where you can do Roman and Punk and you can have Seth and Punk still intertwined because that story is unfinished. You could still even have the tag team match of Roman and Punk later after SummerSlam. Maybe that's Survivor Series or that's a War Games. On the women's side, by the way, I would hope that we would get a women's main event, but I kind of feel like as we go through the next couple of weeks, we have Night of Champions, we have Evolution, Saturday night's main event, and none of the women's stories are clicking where I would say these are main event matches. Like Rhea Ripley is not going to be, in my eyes, in a big main event caliber match or program. Would I like to see Io versus Asuka for the world title main event night 1? Absolutely. But I don't know if the story would be strong enough. It's SummerSlam, and again, because it's a 2-night, I think WWE wants to really load those main events. But please comment below, what do you see as any other potential night 1 main events? So let's look at night 2. Assuming that John Cena does not drop the Undisputed Championship before SummerSlam, I think there are a few options for him. So let's talk about the obvious one. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in their rematch of WrestleMania. This time, no Travis Scott, no interference, no shenanigans from that. I feel like most people have this match penciled in to say this is what they're gonna do. Is it the right move though? Is it the right story? Does it have enough momentum behind it? And will it? I mean, they can pull the trigger and do this right away. Right after Night of Champions, they could easily slide into Cody versus Cena. They could do one #1 contendership match if they want to between, let's say, Randy and Cody, and they do a rematch there at Saturday night's main event to then set up Cena and Cody one more time. There's a way you can get Cody very easily. I mean, let's face it, Cody could just walk out on SmackDown and just say, John, and go say, I want to have my rematch. I don't know how much that excites the crowd, but I do know that on paper, that is the big main event match. So if we get Cody and Cena part 2, a couple of things at play here. #1, I wonder if you would get more fans at this stage chanting for Cena than chanting for Cody. If we look at SmackDown this past week, where you had Punk going through the Slim Jim table by John Cena and Cena dropping his version of a pipe bomb, the crowd cheered. The crowd was enjoying it. And I think that's just it. They were just enjoying John Cena cutting his own version of a pipe bomb. Good or bad, you decide how that landed for you. But the point is that the crowd was invested in John. CM Punk is very big babyface guy, and they weren't cheering and chanting for CM Punk as he lay there asleep through the table for what felt like 20 minutes. It was John Cena being cheered. And I feel like that's interesting because if Cena continues to do these types of promos, takes jabs, he takes these shots at everybody. He does that to Cody. I think it can change the dynamic a little bit, where fans are turning on John Cena. Like, they're turning in a good way, that they want him to remain champion, they're enjoying it, they're entertained by him. They don't want him to lose the title to Cody. Because I feel like if Cody and Cena happen at SummerSlam, number one, that match needs to be better. WrestleMania 41, from my perspective as a fan, I did not really love that match. My original take on the WrestleMania 41 match was, okay, it was slow and plodding, and it was designed that way because that's what they're trying to do with Cena's character. He was Mr. Anti-Wrestling, ruin wrestling. If it was intentional to wrestle that way, then mission accomplished, because it didn't really go over well with the fans for the actual match itself. I think they can change it and do something a little different at SummerSlam, make it more enjoyable, more creative, much like what they did at Backlash with Cena and Randy. Yes, it was an overbooked mess at the end, but you put the whole parts together and it was a lot of fun. And I think you need that fun factor with Cena and Cody. Now, does Cody win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam? Very, very possible. But then what? And that's usually what I ask, and that's sometimes the exciting part, is what next? If Cena loses that title, he's still a heel. He's not gonna all of a sudden change on a dime. And Cody as champion at SummerSlam? I know we only have a few months left with Cena, but Cody winning the championship at SummerSlam just doesn't feel very exciting. It feels like been there, done that. And then you got to set up challengers again for Cody. That could be Randy Orton. That would be amazing. Maybe it's LA Knight. Maybe it's Punk. They have options there. But I think one of the things they could do at SummerSlam, if that's the main event, is you get a Seth Rollins cash in. Could they just have Seth focus on the world title? Because he's teasing the world title cash in, he's teasing the WWE Championship cash in. Yes, he could cash in on Gunther at SummerSlam in whatever match Gunther is in. But I find it so much more interesting and frankly more logical if Seth is the one to cash in on Cena and Cody. You could have Cody beat Cena. He triumphantly defeats the evil John Cena, he gets his championship back, and then boom, Seth's music hits, he's got his whole crew out there, John Cena exits, and then you have a full beatdown of an exhausted Cody Rhodes. He holds the title for 2 minutes. You give Cody a little bit of the hope spots against Seth, but ultimately, a couple of curb stomps later, Seth Rollins is your undisputed champion. And that's how you can end night 2 of SummerSlam. It's a shock. It gets everyone talking. You wonder what's next for everybody. What's next for Seth? Is he gonna have a match now with Cody Rhodes? Cena. What is Cena gonna end up doing? Where does Punk fit into everything? What about Roman? All because of Seth Rollins' actions with the cash-in. And also, when I say it's logical, why wouldn't Seth as a character, why wouldn't he want the biggest belt? It's not new by WWE to do this, to be like, well, he's just gonna we're focusing on the world title, we got other plans for this belt, so we're not gonna have the cash-in on that belt, we're gonna do it over here. I understand them doing it that way, but you gotta think too, why have Seth do that? Why wouldn't he be sitting there going with Paul Heyman in character? I wanna be the ultimate biggest champion. What am I supposed to do? Cash in on John Cena and Cody, because the world title isn't exactly the biggest belt. Now, Seth cashing in and winning the world title, does that elevate it? Yes, but it doesn't elevate Seth. Triple H and creative want to get Seth to another level. Him winning the undisputed title is how you're doing it. You've also shifted Punk as well right now to focus on the undisputed title and not the world title, because that seemed to be what they were going to be doing. Those are your top players, your main eventers. They should all want that Cena belt. You're also recreating the heist of the century, right? Where Seth did cash in and made it a triple threat between Brock and Roman. Yes, that's at WrestleMania, but you redo it at SummerSlam. Just kind of like how they redid the pipe bomb. But if it's not Cody and Cena, what are the other possible main events we could see? The other one, you could do Cena versus Punk Part 2. The Summer of Punk, we have the match at Night of Champions. Maybe there's a wonk finish in there and it's not so clean cut, and CM Punk is able to get and awarded or whatever, get a rematch against John Cena. Punk's last chance. He has to go against Cena. He has to win or else he's not gonna get another shot at this. I also feel like if you did Punk Cena 2, you're letting their story breathe. Because to me, as exciting as it is to see Punk and Cena going at it right now, having the promos, getting that pipe bomb from John Cena, it's very rushed. Doing this all for Night of Champions in a match that really doesn't feel plausible that Punk's gonna win. So if you wanna give people more more story, more to work with. You got an extra 6 weeks, build it with Cena and Punk and extend it and get more story out of all of it. Otherwise, you just blast through Punk and then that's it. We never see that feud ever again. If you did Punk versus Cena part 2 at SummerSlam, I still think you could end it with the cash in. And just as we said, between Cody and Cena, you could then have Seth cash in, make it a triple threat. He pins Punk, so he gets his win over CM Punk, and Seth still walks out as undisputed champion. Where does that leave Cody? And not being in the main event? You could do Randy versus Cody again, give them a giant SummerSlam match one-on-one. Cody could be in the match and make it a triple threat between Punk and Cody and Cena, and still do the cash in. Kind of protects everybody. But the way WWE is building their stories right now, I don't see the World Heavyweight Championship main eventing night 1 or night 2. Gunther's got Goldberg. Once that's over with, I don't see any big challengers for Gunther other than ones that he's already had. Maybe they'll surprise us and do Gunther versus Punk night 1 of SummerSlam. And Punk just pivots immediately and he's just like, I just want world title now. Forget it. I couldn't beat John, so I'm going to go after this belt. But if you want to talk more about the biggest stories going on in WWE right now, then click this video right here. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel if you can. Have a great day. See ya.